Hey, everybody. I'm here for the Final Order Cutoff Books of Interest. So get those taxes done for your April 15th. And then you want to find out what I picked? Stick around. Well, welcome back, family, here for Final Order Cutoff for April 15th. Hopefully, like I said, you'll have enough money left after your taxes are done. And for those of you that are ordering from outside the United States, what's it like to not stress over that date? Okay, so those of you outside the United States, April 15th is a day that we have to have our annual income taxes done, where we report to the state and federal and find out if we're getting anything back or if we have to uh, sell some stuff or go into debt for a period of time to or to owe an imaginary amount of money that is out of our paychecks that wasn't apparently we didn't pay enough, so we had to pay more. All right. So we've got the final order cutoff. And this is the way this show, Timo Hane here. My name is Rich, by the way. This is the way we do it here is I don't list every single book, but what I try to do is the books of interest. Now, these are the ones that I have found. I may miss some, and if I do, I'd love to know which ones I missed. I try to let you know any new series, number ones. Now, I try also to avoid books that really shoot up in price. You got your omnibuses, you'll have your some 25, even anything over $10. I start to worry because I don't want to, you'll bring up a bill real quick and not realize what the heck happened. So I try to be frugal in that regard. So any number ones, a new series, a short series, a mini series, one shot, anything that might be interesting to you. A number two of a series. So maybe you picked up that obscure number one and you read it and you're like, wow, this is actually a good story. Well, this is my reminder to you that if you did like it, number two is on the final order cutoff. You might want to order it so you can continue your story. I don't continue with threes and fours and fives. I just, once I give you your reminder, then hopefully you'll say, yeah, and you click subscribe, and that way you don't have to worry about it. Annuals, king size, giant size books, the ones that are not counted in your subscription to a series. Any interesting artwork that I think, artwork on a cover, and any other, hey, this is a first appearance of somebody that I heard of, or it's a new story arc. If I find out about those, I will bring them to your attention. So you're like, oh, really? Yeah, let me check that out. So like I said, just plain books of interest. So let's get into this list. If you're new here, then you can see the list of tabs that I have up here. That'll give you an idea of just how many of these books that I've got ready for you. We're going to hit everything. Again, these are the ones that the final order cutoff is due by April 15th. Here we go. We have Amory Wars No World Tomorrow from Boom Studios. This is going to be a 12-issue series, and this is number one. We have also from Boom Studios a new series called Crocodile Black. This is a 5-part series. You might want to check that one out. Jim Henson's Labyrinth Archive Edition. If you read number one, you want to continue reading it, this is your opportunity to order number two. That's your reminder. Moving over to DC, we have a new 3-part arc, part 1 of 3 in the Poison Ivy series. It says the explosive climax of year 2 of Poison Ivy. So we got flora and fauna on the cover here. Looking pretty cool. I like that artwork. However, the cover B, Frank Cho, that is just classic. I love that. The touches that are in that, the B at the bottom. You can tell a lot of work went into that. And I think that is a really, really nice cover. Ending up DC, we have a 5-part series called The Boy Wonder. You can see that I actually have that ordered. Primarily, it's the new comic book day DC book of the week. Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt number 1 starts off our Marvel. So this entire Blood Hunt storyline is going on through all the books. Now has the Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt number 1. You can see that Mobius there on the cover. And we have the core storyline Blood Hunt number 2. So if you read number 1, you want to continue it, this is your chance to order it. Reminder. There is also a Peach Momoko cover for this. I'm not crazy about this cover, really, at all. I can't tell if this is Moth Girl or Scarlet Witch. So what am I looking at here? Like I said, Peach Momoko for me is really hit or miss. I know a lot of people love her, so if I see something that is interesting, I will point it out for you guys. We have an Blood Hunt Red Band number 2. Appropriate audiences, explicit content. So I guess this is, like the black label for DC. This is going to be the red band for Marvel. So I have one order issue. Just want to check to see what what kind of boundaries they're going to push. Doom gets his own little series. I don't know how many issues this is going to run for, but I don't imagine it's going to go too long. This is the cover A, which is cool. It's cool. But I love the Attic Randolph so much more. Yeah, that variant, that's really, really cool. And I don't know if they're going to have, if when Doom does come to the MCU, whatever actor is going to play him, unless they have a photograph variant, I think that's a great book to have autographed by whoever plays Doom. There is a Galactus cover, and this is a George Perez variant also. So I don't know if they just took old artwork from George Perez and put it up there, but as long as the estate of George Perez gets something, I'm fine with that. So if you'd like to help contribute towards the George Perez estate, make sure you order a copy or two. Hellverine series that we heard about for a while finally hits the shelves. And this is the cover A. A couple of different covers on this that I like. There is a spoiler variant, which I don't know what the spoiler is, but I have been very disappointed in the last couple of spoilers, like the death of Miss Marvel, which lasted about a week and a half, and it's been a couple others that have been odd, but occasionally you get those missed minutes. So I've got one ordered to see what it is. Kevin Eastman did a variant of this also. Now, I have been vocal in the fact that I'm not that crazy about Kevin Eastman's art. But I got to admit, this one isn't terrible. It's not great, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's not fantastic. But it's passable. On his worst day, he's still better than anything I could ever draw. No doubt. But when I compare him to some other artists, I have to at least put him in the ranking, which is a little bit lower down. This one is one of his better artworks, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of Eastman fans out there, so if you are one, you might want to check this one out. There is, of course, your obligatory Scotty Young variant, which is kind of cool. Red Sonja comes in with Dynamite number 2, the Empire Damned series. So if you've read number 1 and you are interested in continuing, here's your reminder. From Image Comics, we have a 5-part series of Ain't No Grave. Now look really close there. We see that Scotty Young wrote this. So Eisner Award winning writer Scotty Young and Eisner Award nominated artist Jorge Corona, the team behind the hit series Midwest and The Me You Love in the Dark, are back together. So it's a mini series. Hopefully it goes better than the Enfield Gang Massacre. And just between those two, as you see, I've got it ordered. From Dark Horse, we have Butcher's Boy, number 1. And that is some really sick art. I like it. From Keen Spot Entertainment, the Dust Pirates, number 2. If you bought number 1 and you want to continue reading it, there's your reminder. We have a one-shot from the Energon Universe 2024 Spec number 1. Like I said, it's a one-shot. There's a couple different covers. I know a lot of people are liking these storylines, and for $3.99 to have a one-shot, written by Kirkman and Warren Johnson. Wow, artists, you got Felici, Otley, Howard, cover art, Daniel Warren Johnson himself. Again, it's a $3.99 book. You might have a really nice storyline in it. You might want to add it to your collection. For those of you that missed Geiger number 1 first print, the second print will be on the Final Order Cutoff. And consequently, if you just want to continue reading it, number 2 is on the Final Order Cutoff. So there's your reminder if you want to continue. We've got this one's over 10. New money alert. It's a $14 book, but we have Gun Honey Collision Course number 1, cover I, Chew Foil variants. And I don't see any other, I don't see a cover A, B, or anything else on the list. Maybe there are earlier weeks. Maybe they're just not available. I don't know. But if you want to get a foil version of Gun Honey, there you go. Next, we had Gun Hand #1 from American Mythology Productions. They put out, they love their horror themed books, and a lot of people like reading them. So there you go. From Ahoy Comics, we have My Bad Escape from Peculiar Island. This one doesn't raise any interest from me, but maybe it does for you. I mean, everybody reads something different. That's what makes our hobby so wonderful. For all you people who love My Little Pony, or if you get them for your kids or whatever, the My Little Pony Set Your Sail #1 came out, and if they want to continue ordering it or reading it or making sure that you or the kids or whomever has it, it's on the list. From Magma Comics, Principles of Necromancy #2. #1 came out. If you bought it, you liked it, and you want to continue, there's your reminder. We have Rat City #1 second printing. So if you're a multiple printing fan, or if you missed the first printing and you want to grab a copy, you have two choices. You can either pre-order the second printing, or you can go to the new Comic Book Day video that came out a couple of days ago here on this channel. And Rat City #1 is one of the books that you could possibly win from New Comic Book Day. So plug. If you really want to win books, also make sure you register for the 1,250 subscriber video, where we did pass the milestone. And on Monday's breakdown of the cover price top 20, we will be picking a winner for a slab, 2 slabs actually. I can figure out where I put them. There they are. I'm like, I gotta make sure I put them someplace I can find them quick, and then I can't find them quick. That's just the way I do things. So yes, the 1,250 subscriber will be getting a first appearance of Jubilee, X-Men number 244 to 9.6. Doesn't matter where you live. You make sure you go to the 1,250 subscriber video. By the way, we're not done with the list of books yet, but 1,250 subscriber video that's here on the channel, and make sure you subscribe, click like, and drop a comment. Keep it clean, keep it comics. That's all I ask. And we'll use a random comment generator that day, and we're going to pull a winner. But also, the people that show up for the live show, you don't have to be present to win the 1,250 subscriber. But people that show up for the live show, and I love when you guys do, we're going to pick a winner for all the people that are there in the chat, and that's going to be a nice X-Men Adventures. Gambit really close on the cover there. X-Men Adventures #1 and a 9.6 white page. We'll be sending that out. So we're going to be giving away 2 slabs in 2 days from now. Really looking forward to that. So I'm Casey Kasem. On with the countdown. So again, Rat City #1, second printing. If you want to grab that, there's your reminder. It's not really a reminder, but Red Coat #1 second printing. There you go. Again, another one that if you missed the first print and you want to grab a second, or if you just like getting multiple printings, this is on the list. We have Rook Exodus #1 second printing. Another one that if you missed the first print and you want to grab a second, or you just like multiple printings, it's on the list. Back to full-size books, we've got the other ones were not looking like they were full-size because those are wraparound covers. That's how they show them on Previews Guide. They just open it up. You got to make sure you're paying attention because Distillery will be humongous, and that's because that one's a prestige format. From Mad Cave Studios, we have Sanction in #1 of a 5-part series, and that is a new one you might want to check out. I have a copy ordered to see what goes on. Also from Mad Cave Studios, we have When the Blood Has Dried #2. So if you liked #1 and you want to continue, there is your reminder. And the last in the comics section is XO Manowar Invictus #1 of a 4-part series from Valiant Comics. Now, if you finish with the comics and you go down to the next section in Final Order Cutoffs, like you just continue scrolling all the way down after the comic books, you're going to see a section called books. You also see apparel, toys and statues, collectibles and novelties, games. But, I'd take a look and see if there's anything really cool. But in books, there's 2 different ones, which, again, if you have kids that love Disney, the Disney Pixar Inside Out 2 sticker book, softcover, is coming out with more than 100 stickers, and at $6.99 for a Disney book for the kids, that's not terrible. And if you're a person who just wants to have Disney stickers and you're 87 years old, go for it. It's it's your hobby. Do whatever you want. But I know kids love stickers, so what am I kidding? I got stickers of the yin yang out here. I love stickers too. So I'm just I'll wait to see the movie before I decide if I want to get stickers or anything. But there you go. Maybe something interesting with that. And for all you a little bit older nerds, bear in mind that I saw Return of the Jedi first day first show in the movie theater that Favreau was working in at the same exact time. We didn't obviously know each other or run into each other, but I found out years and years later that he worked at this theater. It's a very special one called the RKO Keith. It was in Flushing, New York. But we have the Star Wars Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Special Edition hardcover from Titan Comics. Now, this is $25. So, again, I try to point out things that are not that expensive on Final Order Cutoff, but couldn't say no to this, especially with that really, really nice cover. Now, you don't see a green box there. I did not order this. Why? Because if you saw how many other green boxes I have, you see that I've already rung up quite the bill. So I'm trying not to make my bank account go when it gets the bill. A little bit of coffee. I love it. I love it. Love it. All right. So I'm going to, like I said, wrap this up. I want to thank you for joining here on Final Order Cutoff Day, Books of Interest. Again, don't forget to go back in time a couple of days to the new Comic Book Day video that comes out every single week where we pick and give away either comics or cash, depending upon where you live. And we just had a winner in Australia, and I was very happy to send them the $12 to go buy comic books. And wow, yeah, that was so cool because I saw the exchange rate. I'm like, hey, I want to move to Australia. And I know, it's the same. You just pay more for items, whatever. And go forward in time 2 days from now, Saturday, 2 days from now, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, we'll be having our cover price top 20 hot book review and our celebration for the 1,250 subscriber. We're going to be giving away a book for anybody that went to the 1,250 subscriber video. Make sure you drop a comment, click like, click subscribe, boom, you're entered. We'll be drawing the winner. They're going to get that book. And anybody that's in the live chat will qualify to win a separate book to just say thank you for showing up that day. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining. It is always fun to make these videos with you, and I look forward to the next one. Until I see you in that video. Oops. Mahalo.